We got Mike Johnson is live right now. So let's click over to that. The Republicans are in there talking about the budget. Here is Johnson. This is live right now over on C-SPAN. House Republicans on the budget proposal. I think they were out at about 8. Been answering questions, and here's where we're picking up.
This is very productive. He is the only person on the planet who has the ability to make that happen. You have to give the president room to work. His language and his actions and his decisions shouldn't be second guessed step by step. You have to allow this process to play out. I think he's been very clear. About what the objective here is. And when he speaks to those issues, what he's talking about is we want to get Ukraine back to a posture of peace. That there's an idea on the table for them to actually be in partnership with the U.S. with regard to production of the precious minerals that are needed.
Check that out.
And also, we want to get back to free and fair elections. There, just as we fight for here and we fight for around the world. I think those things are all consistent. And I think President Trump is moving the ball forward in a way that all of us should have both. Back, third row. Yes, sir.
How do you respond to critics like Tom Massey who argue that this budget resolution will make things worse, not better? And are you committed to having a vote today, or is that potentially going to get delayed?
Yeah, so the budget resolution itself doesn't do any of that. The objective and our commitment has always been deficit neutrality. That's the goal here. If we can reduce the deficit, even better. But here's another thing everybody needs to consider. Not only are we working to find savings for the American taxpayer, to find a better, more efficient, more effective use of their dollars, which we are morally obligated to do.
Yeah.
We also have a moral obligation to bend the curb on the debt. All of your children, all of our children and grandchildren are going to be saddled with the debt that we're spending right now. It's $36 trillion federal debt. The deficits have ballooned. We have to change that trajectory. Now, you don't turn an aircraft carrier on a dime. It takes miles of open ocean to turn an aircraft carrier because it's such a large vessel. I think the metaphor is obvious here. We can't do it all at once, but we're going to take a big bite out of that. We are going to make a big course correction in this process, and that's why the Republicans in the House and the Senate are so excited about this mission and what we can accomplish with it. Stay tuned on the details. We are going to do this methodically. We're going to do it in a very responsible manner, and we're going to achieve these goals. And we'll be working with all the members throughout the day to get to that. There may be a vote tonight. There may not be. Stay tuned. That's why you get paid. Hang around here. You'll have lots to report on. And what we're working on is we're working on that. On approps, I'll leave you with that. Our House Republican appropriators have been working very hard and in good faith to negotiate with our Democrat counterparts. The necessary step for approps is to get to a top-line agreement. Chairman Tom Cole addressed the House Republicans this morning on the latest developments about how we may be getting close to a number on that. The problem is the Democrats have added something new and different that's never been part of this before. They're trying to add to the appropriations bill a demand that they want us to somehow limit the ability of the executive branch to do its job. They want to tie the hands of the president on what he is able to do with the expenditures in the executive branch. That's never been done before. House Republicans, as egregious as the actions were of the previous president, Joe Biden, as unconstitutional and outrageous as they were, we never proposed using the appropriations process to tie the president's hands. It'd be, I think, a gross separation of powers violation and a terrible precedent for Congress to engage in. So that's a non-starter for us, and the Democrats know that. And so it looks like they're in a posture right now that they're making individual appropriations bills almost impossible. We'll find out soon. Stay tuned. There's more discussion today to be had, but we are nearing, obviously, the March 14th deadline. And I'm really hopeful that they'll back off of those outrageous demands because it's unprecedented and I think probably unconstitutional. And it's not anything we'll be a part of.
Obviously, it's unconstitutional. Obviously, it's unconstitutional. If the Republicans squeeze anything sneaky in there, boy, there will be repercussions for that. All right.